Welcome back to a brand new video here today on the channel. We're here with another tutorial to take your trading game to brand new heights. Of course though, before we dive any deeper, remember that nothing in today's video should be taken as financial advice. I am not a financial advisor and you should take this strictly for educational purposes. Also, that leverage carries significant risks, but we will be diving deep into that later. And of course, PrimeXBT, doing a walkthrough on how you can trade Bitcoin effectively using leverage. So diving into the platform, of course, you can sign up down below to open an account. Here, if we actually go over to the CFD trading here, we can take a look. So the PrimeXBT trading platform is designed specifically with ease in mind. Although PrimeXBT offers loads of markets such as commodities, forex, and indices, today we will be focusing on Bitcoin. So you can trade through CFD trading, but we're going to be looking at crypto futures here today, diving deep into Bitcoin. And we can see a pretty wild chart actually over the past day. So right off the bat, you're greeted with a clean and minimalist trading interface that is super intuitive to use. All of the core functions for research, order execution, position management, and laid out neatly without any clutter. We have all of the tools here. We of course have the horizontal bars on the left-hand side to draw your resistances and support lines. Also, we have different demo indicators here. So there are many different indicators to choose from. One of them is the Bollinger Bands here, showing the spread on how the market has been taking moves. Additionally, we have different order types. So we have market, limit, and of course you can set up your stop loss on the platform. And with your margin, we actually have two different types of margin. We have cross margin and isolated margin here. We can see we have up to 100x leverage on the isolated margin on the Bitcoin USD pair. You have 200x leverage on cross and up to 1000x leverage on forex, but you're looking at 200x leverage on Ethereum and Bitcoin. So now, how does leverage actually work with PrimeXBT? It's pretty simple once you get the grasp of it. Essentially, leverage allows you to control a larger position size that's in your actual account balance. So for example, if we used 25x leverage, or 50x for this example here, on a $1,000 in our account, that would be the same buying power with $50,000 without leverage. So the upside of leverage, of course, is your potential profits are massively amplified in the event of a favorable move. But this is a double-edged sword because leverage amplifies your losses if the trade does go against you. So that's why it's very crucial to set up your predetermined stop loss, and this limits your maximum potential loss if the trade moves against you. If you are using leverage responsibly with proper risk management, traders can boost their money-making capabilities. But of course, reckless over-leverage on a tiny account can quickly blow it up. Overall, I'm very impressed with their user experience. Trading is easy to execute, and the UI is on a cutting-edge proprietary tech that routinely processes orders in under 7 milliseconds. That's right, 7 milliseconds. Virtually eliminating risk of slippage on your entries and exit. And all of the advanced features that you'll ever need are quick to access. So this is 10 out of 10 here. So we of course can look to place a trade on Bitcoin here. My account is in a Bitcoin balance, but you of course can be running this through USD. For example, if we put a trade on 0.01 Bitcoin here, we can see the order value, margin impact, new free margin, and of course we can adjust. So now let's get our hands dirty and execute a trade. So for this one, we are going to do let's turn this down a little bit. We're going to do a 20x leverage long position here. So we can set this and we will be buying Bitcoin for our long position. We're not going to use the maximum, but we can still get a pretty nice upside and a decent exposure while keeping some sensible risk parameters in place. So we have all of the details here, again on 0.01 Bitcoin. And of course, if you were trading a different pair, you would select this on the left-hand side. So you could, of course, be doing an Ethereum USD pair and many others. But for this one, we will be, of course, using a Bitcoin. Then we have our market margin type. So I will be doing the isolated margin here. And then we can set up a stop loss. So we have the current price here. For example, we can try and do our long, and our stop loss will be if the price drops too low. For example, if it drops to say 65,000, that can be our stop loss. And a limit order, we'd be looking to take a profit at maybe 72,000 if we see a pretty large pump here. So with a few clicks, I can simply place my order now. We of course have details of everything, my leverage, entry price, and then we can place this order. So here we can see all of the details. Our position here is down the bottom of the page in this area. So we have our Bitcoin USDT buy here, of course, the amount, entry price, mark price. We have a liquidation price, a position leverage, and then we of course have our exposure and the amount of margin used. So this is directly updating our ROI and unrealized profit and loss. And here we can actually edit the take profit and stop losses. So I can enter my 72K take profit. And of course, with leverage, you don't actually want the price to move too far. Of course, you can become liquidated. So here we can put 66K for our stop loss. So with those set here, we of course can see the lines on these live on the chart. And here we can see, of course, you're going to be carefully watching the price. So we have our entry price here. And of course, if we move the chart up, we have our take profit and our stop loss. Currently, the market has been pretty volatile over the past day. We saw a pretty rapid pump followed by a sell-off. So of course, it would have been great if you had a take profit around maybe $67,000 mark. And your stop loss would have got triggered in this sell-off event. However, at least you would not have gotten liquidated. We can see our liquidation price is just under $65,000. So we can let this trade slowly run out here. We can see currently the market hasn't moved too much, but I'm going to let it run for a couple of minutes and we're going to come back to see. So the market has actually moved slightly away from me here. We can see our position is at a small loss. But what I'm going to do is actually close this position here for a small loss. However, we're going to add in a long with a higher leverage position, just because I feel like this is actually a much better entry. We're going to go in for 0.025 Bitcoin. Actually, we'll go for 0.03, so around $2,000 here. So with our 50x leverage, this would be the same in theory of a $100,000 position. So let's put in our buy order here. We can see this new order. I'm going to set a stop loss if we drop to 65K once again, and we'll have a take profit at 68,000. So let's set those in here and let our position in and run. On this position, we actually got an incredible entry here timing this bottom. We can see our ROE is currently at around 13%. And it's of course very simple how to close the trade in our profit here. We can click close, or we can even click close on the graph here. We can see our position with our estimated P&L. Of course, this is updating. And again, these trades, entries or closing will be executed in under 7 milliseconds. So we can close this position here. We can see all of the details, and then our order has been completed. So again, PrimeXBT has definitely lived up to the hype. This platform makes it very easy to capitalize on crypto's volatility in a smart, calculated way. From research and analysis to order, entry and execution, position management, every step along the way felt refined and built specifically for traders looking to optimize their edge. I can definitely see why PrimeXBT has a cultivated and such devoted trader community. They genuinely prioritize providing an empowering, transparent experience from start to finish. I'd highly recommend checking it out and seeing how their leverage product can potentially supercharge your trading results. Of course, though, be sure to implement all of your risk management principles as we have discussed, and never over leverage yourself. Alright though, make sure you do smash that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed the walkthrough, and I will catch you guys in the next video.